So my first impressions of Sarah McGrath. We met for coffee, and I don't think I've ever met anybody who is that focused at that age, who just told me exactly what she wanted. She was both kind of really plain speaking, direct, my God, direct. And then I remember when we wrapped up the meeting, I remember asking her why she wanted to join like a startup company, and she just said, I'm never going to see a challenge like this. And as she walked off, I thought, wow, she's got really big shoulders. She works out.
Yeah, I used to train like that, not so much anymore, not since I had a baby.
That's fair, right?
Yeah. I'd take anyone in an arm wrestle. So my first impressions of Linda, I just was like, can you say smitten? I was like a little bit smitten when I met you. I loved the fact that you had decided to go at it and go out by yourself. And in a recession, I think it was 2010, I was just home from Australia and I met with you. I was home from Australia a couple of years and it was still really tough. Like I was walking around business parks going, hi, would you like to have recruitment? And when I met you, I was just so excited by what you were doing and I just thought you were impressive and smart and gorgeous. And I was like, I want to work with that woman. Like, I was like, yes, this is it.
I've never seen anybody as disciplined or as dogged. My God, if that woman says she's going to do something, there's pretty much nothing that she won't give 125% of her soul to. But I've learned so much from her. I know whenever the chips are down, Sarah will always have your back. And yeah, it's been 10 years of laughter, love, tears, champagne, razor blades, the whole lot.
Yeah.
But she's constant and she's an absolute, she's just a gem.
I think it works because I think we have a huge, we've got trust, we've got an understanding of each other, more than some people I know for 20 years of my life, we really get each other and we get non-verbal cues, so there's a huge amount of that, and it's, can I talk to you outside? Is everything okay? I think we've naturally evolved into roles that we have, and I think they complement each other. And if I'm having a tough month or a tough quarter, pretty sure LB's there to support me, and there's never any judgment. It's like we're literally we ring each other to tell each other, you did great, you did a really good job there, well done. And it's cool. It's a friendship as well as it's become a friendship, over trust and time spent together and getting results together.
Yeah, totally agree. And also I think it's lovely to be able to bare your soul and say these are things I'm just not good at, and these are things where this is what I really want to do. And I think we're very, very different people, but we kind of go around things very differently, but we want exactly the same thing. And I think our opinions tend to tally, but we just kind of have a different way of kind of getting there.
Yeah, so, that's true.
I
think
that's
true.
Yeah, for sure. So
yeah,
I'm slow. Each other.
I'm slow to come to a decision at times, and you're like, let's go. I'm in. I'm like, just give me 48 hours. I just need to think this through.
Yep. Let's consider it.
But it works. It works.
For sure.
You speed me up, and sometimes I slow you down.
Yes. Yeah. Somewhere between the two of us. Yeah. It's the natural route.
Yeah. It's good.
I mean, highs are getting to where we are, but I think for me, lows are whenever we haven't, when we didn't work together temporarily, when we were going through a tricky management buyout, and we didn't have visibility of where the business was going, and we were going to do whatever it took to kind of get there. And I think kind of coming out the other side of that and realizing that we still had a business, we were still that focused, we knew what we wanted, we had new investors, and we were doing it together.
Yeah. A kind of a standout low for me is when we didn't work together, and I was out of 360, I left 360 temporarily and I joined another company just for whatever reasons, and there's no issues with it. And I was so lost, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know how are we going to work together again, because that's what we wanted. We wanted to be in business together, and we needed to kind of, I guess, take the business in a different direction. And that feeling of, I don't know where my career is going. I know what I wanted the end goal to look like, but I was, I guess, personally probably a bit lost, and I was never afraid. There was never any fear. It was very set, but I wasn't sure how we were going to get to that point. And there was, thankfully we were meeting in a bat cave, we used to call it, and we were talking about how the hell are we going to do this? How do we get to where we want to get to? So that was a tough time. Definitely the highs, the last couple of years. Like we've gone from a loss-making business, like a big loss, like losses we don't talk about, to, you know, an EBIT that we're really, really proud of, you know, that we can shout from the roof. And I think the last 2 years has been, that's been what it's all been for. You know, the team, like we're making money, but we've got long-standing clients, we've got stuff that we're really, really proud of, and standards. We have standards now. We have standards.
Yeah. It's starting to feel like all the years, the highs and lows were really worth it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not like we haven't always enjoyed, or, you know, it's never been a drudge, you know, but
No.
it's nice to see that we did the right thing at the right time.
Yeah, we
you
did.
know?
Tough, like 10 years, like 10 years. It's good though. Yeah, it's good. Are we great? Are we great?
London, I think, going over to pitch to look for private equity backed investment to James Caan and Ori, I think initially, I think we were both filled full of nerves and trepidation and excitement, and we did not wait. We had no idea what way it was going to work out.
No.
And I think we kind of come from a point where we were going to do whatever it took to own the company and take control of it. And it was just like a whole new chapter almost started overnight. So
in the bathroom?
yeah. Oh God, yeah. So going over in tracksuits, as we always do, and getting on the early flight, getting into a toilet cubicle with this lady to put on suits and flick hair and put on makeup and everything else. Yeah, I'll never forget those hand dryers.
I know.
They just kept going off.
I know.
Out of it.
We were squashed into this tiny toilet trying to get ready to go into this pitch in this beautiful office in London to look like we came like this. And the windows were steaming up in the bathroom because the hand dryer kept going on, and we were like, our clothes were all crinkled, and we were like, oh, we've only got 20 minutes. But it was fun. I think that was hilarious. Like, I'll always, like, even when we were on the way home, we were like laughing, going, what have we just done? Like, got an Adidas bag with us, pretending to be, you know, like we know what we're doing. I think as well as another kind of a funny thing that we can laugh at now, but extremely stressful at the time, when we were writing our investment plan, you know, the 3 years. And so neither of us were skilled in Excel at the time. Neither of us, like, we were brand new to this, you know. We were leaders in a company, but we were somewhat sheltered as well until we went on this journey. Yeah. And we used to meet in a very dark pub in town.
The Bat Cave.
Yeah, the Bat Cave. And we would write our business plan, and we would have a laptop, and we're like, right, you got a calculator, how do we do this? Okay, what are we spending? And we would manually input the 3-year projections, and we didn't realize that there was an auto sum on Excel. I was like, okay, add in 10,005, add in 100, and we must have spent about 2 hours on the calculator trying to add all of the fields on Excel, and never, ever, ever did we get it right. Like, it never matched. And then
now we have an accountant.
Yeah.
We've got a whole finance team now.
That was hilarious. And it was like, how can we not make a tally? Not realizing you could just, anyway, but stuff like that, you know, when we look back now, it was like, it's hilarious. But at the time we were like, oh my God, can we really do this?
Yeah. They're called learnings.
Yeah.
And also knowing what you're good at.
Yeah, for sure. But there's so many things like that, there is. But I think, you know, that's definitely a standout when we were actually going into this.
Too funny. Yeah.
No clue.
I've never met anybody who is that focused, laser focused, saving for a house, training, working, being a mom. I've just never met anybody who she's just, there's nothing that she's put her hand to that she's not unbelievable. It was climbing, rock climbing, jumping out of an airplane. I'm like, she'd never cease to surprise you. Yeah, she's just a very, very impressive person.
Thank you.
A very good friend.
So for me, about you, I think you're unbelievably charismatic, and I think the first time anyone meets you, you know, you leave a mark and you leave an impression, and they walk away and they're like, oh, I think I have a new best friend. Do we just become friends? You know, and your work ethic, oh my God, I've never seen anybody in no matter what you're facing, you will show up, you will put your red lipstick on, and you will absolutely nail it. I've seen the scenarios where I'm crying behind my desk You are leading the way, and you're just a fantastic person. You know, you're just so brilliant at everything that you do, and you're a fantastic businesswoman.
I think the last couple of years I've become much more direct. I understand what it takes to be part of 360 now. I also know what we give of ourselves to our business. I know how important it is for us to get it right. I think I've become a little bit more open and honest with myself and with the business. And also, like, we now know exactly where we're going to go with it. You know, so we kind of hit all the milestones we have. We know exactly how we're going to. We know what we want, but we also now know how to get there. So
Yeah.
I think it's just much more strategically planned out now for us.
Yeah, I think I'm probably less of a control freak.
She said that. That was
Yeah,
a-
yeah.
pointed out, right?
I think, you know, I've always been quite direct. You know, there's, you know, you guys know that about me. I'm not rude, like definitely not rude with
No.
it. I'm just, you know, I'm upfront. So, but I think with that, I've become more trusting that other people are, as you know, going to act to the same standard and the same ability. The team have given me that trust. I think going on maternity leave forced me into that place, and it was the best thing that ever could have happened for me as a leader. I've become better at delegating. I don't try and do everything myself. I can't. And people are better at things than I am. So, you know, that trust, I've become much more trusting and much more okay with delegating and less of a need to control everything. And that feels good.
Yeah.
It's so much less stressful.
And I just think our team as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're unbelievable. You know,
Yeah,
so
they're
I
great.
think, you know, they've stepped up well. You know,
Yeah,
while you've
true.
been on maternity leave as well. So it's
Yeah,
it's
I
a
agree.
collective for sure.
Yeah. Sun.
Okay.
Beach,
wow.
maybe?
Next 10 years.
Okay, seriously. What does it
Wow.
hold? That's actually
Well,
hard.
We know the financial milestones we want to get to.
Yeah.
That's kind of a given, though. That's kind of black and white, right? They're kind of the straightforward ones. But
I think I'd like to see teams in the company. Well, I don't know, I would like to see divisions and teams and like a real, like, you know, we've just created a career structure for people. So when anybody comes to 360 now, there's, you know, there's a goal, there's levels that you reach. You know, I'm thrilled that we can offer that now. I want to see that actually in play. I want to see heads of, I want to see directors, I want to see teams, I want to see people thriving, I want to see more versions of what we're doing, I want to see us, you know, succession planning, I want to see UK, Ireland, I want to see it all. Like I want it all.
yeah, you do. Yeah. Absolutely, rightly so.
Yeah.
But you know, we're in a blessed position where we've worked hard enough to kind of bring it to the next level. But like that, you know, we want to have a whole new level of directors coming up behind us. You know, we want to make sure that the business next generation of 360 is really, really strong and prepared for the next phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
It is. Yeah, for sure.